Good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk on 802 Scoop, live from 185 North Main Street in Barrie. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. It's way warmer than it has been. I'm not going to complain. I almost went out of the house without my jacket. He said, "Are you going to take a jacket?" See, he's being bossy, not me. It's him being bossy, but trying to be controlling.
It's like I said, John, when that opening's there, I take it because
but,
I don't know if it's going to ever open
obvious.
again.
Yeah. So, but it is. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. Get out. Enjoy it. They said it was going to snow a little. It did not. And that's not a bad thing. I know that our guest is probably, you're good with enough with the snow already. And to hell with the snow machine stuff going on now.
Yes.
Let's get riding some bikes.
That would be amazing.
And so, good transition to welcome John Lyon from Wilkins Harley-Davidson.
Thanks.
And you're going to tell us about the crazy things that you're doing this weekend.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. What are we doing this weekend? Well, so for the past several years, we've had, you always have the Special Olympics penguin plunge up in Burlington. Saturdays this time of year are really, really busy for us at Wilkins. So a few years ago, we decided that we wanted to have our own event at the dealership, and then we just brainstormed what would be kind of a fun thing to do to raise money for Dartmouth Children's Hospital. And we decided to come up with filling a Casella dumpster with ice water and raise money to jump into it. And so we're doing that this coming Saturday, the 21st at 10 a.m. And you can either show up and jump in the dumpster and raise money for the Children's Hospital, or you could just show up and cheer us on. It's a lot of fun. We have a great deal of fun and raise a lot of money for Dartmouth Children's Hospital.
It is a lot of fun, and it's a little bit scary to watch. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you guys have a defibrillator there.
We do. Yeah, we have the AED, and we do notify Barrytown. We remind them so that they're
just in case
they're paying attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the water is definitely cold, but you're only in there for a few seconds.
Right.
So I mean, I think you could do it if you
can get back out quickly.
If you're pondering, well, we have a little ladder to get out of there. So if you're pondering the idea of jumping in, there's space if you want to do that.
Ugh.
See, I was just wondering that. You must have a ladder.
I am not pondering it. I'll go in support.
Jeff,
100%.
You want to jump in?
I'll make a donation.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. It sounds. I've watched a lot of people do it though. Some of the costumes are great, but I have noticed over the years that some of the costumes can actually be crippling. Depending on what you wear for a costume, you really have to think about it because they can hold you in the water a little longer.
Yes, that's true.
And so you have to be careful what you decide to wear. If you're going to wear some big fuzzy costume, you might want to rethink that.
That's
because
true.
it's going to weigh a whole lot in
It does.
just a very short time.
Been there, done that. That's true.
Yeah, very short time.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh my gosh, can I get myself and all of this stuff out of there? And then I've seen people go in there with barely anything on and come out and stand there and watch for a few seconds before they even get in a towel.
Yes.
Like, what is wrong with you people?
Well, adrenaline flows pretty heavy when you are doing that in front of everyone. Just climbing up there before you even jump in, you have everybody cheering you on. So that's part of it. But it's a fun event just to be able to watch everybody jumping in, and the excitement, the energy is certainly, you can feel that at the dealership that day. And even kind of the day we're setting up, the day we set up, usually the day before, Barrytown Fire Department comes down and fills a Casella dumpster with water. So it's got at least one night of cooling down on it, because I think they show up with the truck, and the truck is room temperature from the fire station. So
which would be cold enough.
Which
in
would
my
probably
mind.
be cold enough. We just need to cool it down, and it's just a really fun event. We appreciate the community's support, and Dartmouth Children's Hospital is near and dear to us, and so we're just really thankful that the community gets behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've been there several years and watched y'all do it, and it's crazy. And the boys that go out and shovel the snow in it, I mean, they just love their job. They love packing that snow in there. and
Yeah, so
making it even colder if they possibly can.
some of our coworkers certainly want to make sure that the ice is the water is definitely ice cold, so they do find some snow to fill it and make sure it's.
And we determined that those coworkers are probably not coworkers that are going to jump.
That's true. They're assistants. They're
Yeah.
the people that are going to pull you out when you're in there if you
Yeah.
can't get out
or
on the
maybe
ladder.
even watch and wave from the inside of the dealership.
No, they're all out there. They put their
Yeah.
jackets on. They're a good support team. They just they're just trying to make sure that we are earning every penny for the Dartmouth Children's Hospital.
And I will say, though, a lot of your employees they
Oh, yeah.
participate. A lot
Yes.
of them. I was surprised right from the very beginning how many of them actually, the women and all, like they are like, okay, we're willing, and they do it.
Yeah.
You have a really good team down there.
We do.
For sure.
About 70% of our team jumps in. So
Which is pretty amazing.
yeah, it is. It's wonderful. I mean, we don't bring it up. It's nothing that we push heavy. So I mean, they have to get behind it, and they all raise money. And the team consistently raises somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 every dumpster dive. And as you probably already know, I mean, Dartmouth Children's Hospital, they don't turn anyone away. And
Right.
so kids go there, and whether they have insurance or not, they're going to get cared for. It's a very expensive. It's very expensive to care for children.
Yeah, for
So.
sure. It definitely is. And like you said, it's a great cause and one that as many as possible should get involved in,
Yeah.
for sure. You all have events all throughout the year, and going back to the same thing, your team always gets involved, no matter what you're doing. You really are a team. You're like a big family down there. Which we don't always see that. Every business isn't that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, Wilkins have been here 78 years, and my grandmother and grandfather started the dealership in 1947. And my grandfather and my grandmother, they had multiple jobs to keep the dealership going, and so it was a community that kept that business alive. And we owe it to the community to keep on giving back, and whether it's just a fun event or it's a concert that's free, or whether it's to raise money for something, we feel some responsibility in making sure that we consistently give back to the community and that supported us all those years. When you think about it, a Harley-Davidson dealership in Little Barrie, Vermont in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and even the 80s, that was a really challenging time. So we just want to make sure that if there's something that pops up, we want to try to get behind that as much as we can. There are things we have to say no to, but for the most part, we try to find a way to say yes to
Right.
even small, if it's a small donation or support.
Yeah, whenever I've come to you to help with anything, you all have been on board, and we do the domestic violence ride
Right.
with you all, and that happens in October. I personally think we should do it earlier in the year because I'm almost cold, but then it wouldn't line up with the things that it's
Sure.
supposed to. So, but you all chime in and sign on for that, and it makes it a better event too when you have somebody behind you like that, I think.
Yeah, and the other thing is about the cold, right, in the fall and October, or even the dumpster dive, right? Some of the events that we tie in with, really, and I think it's a little bit of being uncomfortable to remind yourself of
That it's uncomfortable.
what those people have to go through, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's how I look at it too. While the dumpster dive is fun and full of energy, is sort of, it's nothing compared to what those families go through or those children are going through. Sitting down at Dartmouth waiting, whether it's a test or for something to take hold or whatever the case may be, or the healing that goes into that. So
Yeah, you're talking 1 minute of
exactly.
oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, which is huge. Well, I hope that you have a huge turnout and
Appreciate the support.
lots of support, and we'll keep shouting it out and maybe talk Jeff into it or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
You never
So,
know.
like I said earlier, I'll make a donation.
Well, thank you.
We're going to stop up tomorrow
Yeah.
or Saturday.
Saturday.
And so if anybody else is out there that wants to make a donation, who should they make their check out to?
Sure.
And And
Yeah.
can they drop it off right
Yeah,
there?
of course. No,
Yep.
that's a great question. Thank you. So if you want to drop a check off, you can just make it out to Dartmouth Children's Hospital. Simple. There's also a link right on our website under the events page. On our Facebook page, there's also a link under the events page that will bring you right to that way of donating. And so you could do it with a credit card. All that money goes right direct to Dartmouth.
Yeah.
So whether it's a cash donation or whether it's a check donation, we prefer checks and credit cards, but we'll make sure Dartmouth gets all of it.
And we have been sharing that, and I'll keep sharing it
Appreciate
right
that.
until the day of, and even the day after, because I think you guys, you hold out for a couple of
Yeah,
days,
there's always
so,
donations that
yeah,
people drop
that
off.
come in afterward.
Absolutely.
And so we'll make
Yep.
sure to keep that up. Now, so we're going from literally one extreme to another. We're going to go from cold to hot and spicy the following weekend.
Yeah, good point.
Tell us a little bit about that. Where
Yeah,
we get
so-
the annual chili cook-off.
Yeah, can I say the word damn?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the best damn chili cook-off. I think it's our 21st year in that era. We've been doing the chili cook-off a long time. So that's going on the following weekend. That we traditionally have somewhere between 50 and 70 chili entrants. You've been involved with that as well, and that's been a great. We usually raise money for. We sell a bowl of chili, so you get we hand you a bowl. We can fill it up with chili, and that money all goes towards Make-A-Wish, Vermont. And so that is Jonathan Goldsmith, his chosen charity. And Jonathan is as we all know, the most interesting man in the world. The gentleman from the Dos Equis commercials. He'll be there next Saturday, and the 28th, I think it is. And so he's not one of the judges any longer. He just would rather just kind of walk around and hang out. But that's a fun event. That's probably one of my favorites, is just because there's so many different types of chilies, and there's a couple people that have been consistently winning the chili cook-off. I don't know how they replicate the chili, which allows them to, you're talking a couple hundred people are voting in the dealership, but they consistently win. And one of those I know of has changed his recipe this year, and so it's going to be interesting to see if he keeps one of those top 3 awards, having changed his recipe. But either way, sweet chilies and hot chilies and all kinds of, and there's an award for the best decoration. So I mean, different types of awards, open to the public. So if you want to come down, you've never been to the dealership before, you don't need to ride a Harley to come to any of our events. Just come down and hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
This is the first year that we've noticed, I say year, the first, past 5 or 6 months, we've started to notice people coming to the event that have nothing to do with, riding motorcycles, that just want to come and participate, which is really cool. And they tell us that. And we're like, this is great. We want the community to come to our events. You don't need to be riding a motorcycle to do that.
Right, and especially when it's something like this and it's a charity, and
Right.
the community, everybody just wants to be involved and
Yeah.
enjoy their day and give back like you all do.
Yeah.
And you all make it so fun all the time. You have some, and I say this in a very good way, you have some crazies down there.
We do.
You never know who's going to be like screaming out over some freaking bullhorn or something.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen at Wilkins.
Yes, if you follow our Facebook page, you could see some of the antics that occur. I mean, I would say once in a while I've got to try to rein a little bit of it in, but it's a fun place to go to work every day, because you don't know what you're going to be hearing and the laughter that occurs. We're really lucky that with the team, it's taken a long time to build a team that is all in sync with one another, that has a lot of fun. And so, we're lucky. We're just really lucky, but there are some wild people that work there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it a good day.
It does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, are you all done with, I assume, because Valentine's Day is over, but the ladies special that you just had going on, or do you have more jackets and stuff?
We always have more jackets coming in. We're done with the Valentine's Day promotion, but we do have some other promotions that just popped up for flannel. We carry a product made down in Texas called Hales flannels. And so those Hales flannels are, you get you come in and pick up one of the flannels, you'll get a chance to win a decanter set, one of their special decanter sets that's really cool. When it arrived, several people in the store were talking, how do we keep this? And I said, no, we've got to use it for what it's intended. We got to give it away. So, but if you go on our Facebook page, you can see. But the flannels are really nice quality, and that's a new collection that just came out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you have going on that you know of? There's always something though, but you
Yeah.
have a calendar.
Yeah, we do. We have all of our annual events are on our calendar. I would say, we have a lot of different bands coming in throughout the season. So if you want to follow our Facebook page or just go on our website and see, but all of our events are already out. There's always some pop-up ones that come out, that we maybe either haven't sort of built out yet, or we just haven't really planned. But for the most part, all of our events, and we usually do about 60 events a year, and so they're all on our Facebook page and website, and you can just check them out. And again, even if you don't ride a motorcycle, you can come to an
come on
event.
down.
Just come and have fun.
How many employees do you have?
32.
32.
That's a big change from when I remember
Yes.
Wilkins up on Upper Farwell Street,
Street.
your grandparents'
Yep.
house, and they had the garage right there.
It has. It's changed drastically, and when we moved from Farwell Street to South Barry, we were, basically five-person team, and it just continues to grow, and we're very lucky that the community supports us the way that they do, and gets behind it. And when people roll through and ask where the dealership is, I mean, it's not uncommon to have somebody say, "Well, just follow me. I'll show you where it is."
I'll show you.
We had that happen twice this past summer where locals just said, "I'm driving that way. Just, get on your bike and follow me," which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The community gets behind like that. We're really lucky. We're the oldest in New England, and we've now become the most award-winning, and Harley hands out awards every year, and we're lucky to receive a lot of those awards and have received all of the awards over the years. But we couldn't do it without the community supporting us. So we're really thankful for that.
And you don't just sell bikes, you have apparel, you service them, there's all kinds of other stuff that you do at
We do.
Wilkins.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
far
we-
as the,
we have
as
an
far as the
extensive-
bikes go.
Yeah, we have a large apparel section of all kinds of different apparel. Some of it branded, some of it not. Meaning that it's not all gonna be splash Harley-Davidson over it. So if someone wants just nice piece of clothing, we have that. But we also have a massive accessory department with for the motorcycles. We could pretty much get a little bit of everything. If someone said, "I don't have a Harley, but I want something from one of our vendors for their Honda or Suzuki," we could probably help with that. But it's a if you've never been in, it's a fun place to visit, I think, and we'd love to take you on a tour if someone came in and they want to just see how the operation works, or they have kids that are interested in motorcycles. We love having kids in to visit and show them around. We have a coloring book that's about my grandparents and a little story about them, and so we're happy to give your kids a coloring book and have them just take a tour and see what a motorcycle shop looks like.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, I was out last time I was there for a live event for something. I don't remember what. We went out and they had the bike up in the rack and they were doing something with the speed or whatever. They were testing
Yep.
it in that rack, and it was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, the dyno. We have a dyno. Basically, ride the motorcycle on a tool that can measure its air fuel ratio and make adjustments to it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And you have the classes. You have the
We do.
safety training.
Yes, we have a riding academy, so you can come in and 2 days later ride out with your endorsement. You don't need to go to DMV. We're an agent of the state, so we can, if you're successful, after those 2 days, you can earn your endorsement and ride off with your motorcycle license.
And you do those courses all summer long, every weekend?
Pretty much.
Or?
Yeah, pretty much. I would say it's almost all week and the weekend and the weekends. We have them. They're throughout the season. Starting, we used to start in late April. Now we're sort of starting early May, and those are all booked up. But Riding Academy is right on our website, wilkinsharley.com. You could sign up. You could see a slot, pick a slot, and then go to show up for 2 days and learn how to ride a motorcycle. It's a cool program.
I thought
That's
it was a little longer
That's a
than
great
that.
thing.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is a great thing. I always see people out there. The cones are all set up, and you're all out there working and
Yeah.
and doing that. Oh, it seems like it's a very
It is.
busy place during the.
Yep, that's a fun course, you know. And even if you didn't really necessarily want to ride, you just wanted to learn a little bit about what a motorcycle rider does. You could take that course. I mean, it's only 2 days, and we try to make it a lot of fun, as we do with anything. It's adults learn better when they're having fun, so we want to make sure that there's a healthy dose of laughter mixed in there.
Right. How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was 16. Learned to ride. My dad taught me how to ride motorcycles, and he called it Billy Bob's motorcycle course. And, it was not a authorized type of learning to ride, but I learned a lot in a short amount of time. And he's very old schoolish when it comes to that. And then I became an instructor. So I'm one of the backup instructors at our course. So if someone calls in sick, I can go out there and teach the course. I usually teach a couple courses a year just to keep my certification. So, but I've been riding since I was 16, and it's a lot of fun. It's a way to disconnect from the baloney in your life. You know, that's what motorcycling, I think, does for a lot of people.
I 100% agree with that. It's a definite free space, and the only thing that I have found equivalent to it so far is riding in the hot air balloon. But I don't know, something about riding.
Yeah.
It definitely is very freeing, and it's just relaxing.
Meditative.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I could do that every day, all summer long, as long as it's warm out.
Right.
Because
It does make a difference.
Yeah,
You know, if
I'm
it's
aware.
chilly or it's raining, it's
Raining
not as
is
much fun.
horrible.
Yeah.
I've come back from New York a few times in the pouring rain, open-faced helmet, and I was not happy.
Right,
Camper.
that's true.
Yeah,
Stings.
that was not fun. But you do it because
Yeah.
you love it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I mean, if you get caught in it, it's one thing, but the last thing I want to do is start in the rain.
right, start in it, and so sometimes you can't help it. It can't
Yeah.
be helped, and that's the other thing. When you do these special rides, you do these events. You guys pretty much do it no matter what.
Yeah.
If it's scheduled, unless there's some severe threat, you all do
Yes.
it no matter what.
So, I mean, I led a ride over to the Fort Ticonderoga last season. That was their anniversary for the taking of Ticonderoga, and we rode over there. And I would say it was definitely a morning that I was a little hesitant about getting on the bike just because it was so cold. But people showed up, and we rode it. And you know, I mean, the bond that you build with people that you ride with, that when it's so cold and so rainy, and it was a miserable ride over. On the way back, it wasn't so bad. But I would say that, you know, it took us. I think it took us 3.5, 4 hours to get over there by the time we were all said and done with breaks and stuff, because it was so cold.
It was so cold.
But what a story, right? When you're
Right.
done, it was a cool story, and you don't have those types of stories with other people that you don't really know unless you have that something that pops up like that. So I think that's kind of the cool. You know, that's part of riding motorcycles that I really love, is that you're sitting down for lunch or sitting down for a coffee or under a bridge when it's raining. You just don't get that stuff unless you're. You know, we were talking about Jeeps earlier, right?
Right.
You can find some common bonds with Jeeps and getting stuck in the mud, but outside of that, there has to be some shared experience that is, whether it was challenging or whatnot, I think. So that's what I like about it.
Is there any place that you haven't ridden before that you would love to just have your bike transported and you could ride? Where would it be?
Well, I'm looking at it. I ride a on-off-road motorcycle. It's called a Pan America, and that there's a course out in Austin, Texas, that I've been looking at. That is apparently just sits. They just have these little cabins, and you go out riding for the day, and you come back, and you've just got your own tiny little cabin. So I've been looking at that. That would be. I've ridden out to Texas before on my bike, and I did that in October a few years ago, and I probably wouldn't do that again just because the way back was really, really cold. But I probably would ship my bike out to Austin and take that course. I think it would be, you know, pretty cool. But having ridden a bunch of different places, you know, Tennessee is another probably close second. That's pretty amazing riding over the mountains. The people were amazing. The little restaurants, the craziness of just these little small towns that are almost like out of a movie. it was you felt like you were in, like, the local sheriff came up and asked, what you're doing in his town type of thing, and
Right.
it was cool. So,
But it
yeah.
sounds it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's tell one more time when everything starts Saturday, what's going on, and how to get involved.
So this coming Saturday, the 21st, is the dumpster dive, the Wilkins Harley-Davidson dumpster dive. It's going to kick off at 10 a.m. If you want to jump into the dumpster, you're more than welcome to come down. You don't need to RSVP in advance. You just show up. We're asking you to raise, some money for Dartmouth Children's Hospital. But if you just want to cheer us on, or you would just want to jump in to show support for Dartmouth Children's Hospital, that's great too. But it kicks off at 10 a.m. So just show up, and we will make a couple announcements, and then we will all go out and get on the line and jump into a Casella waste dumpster. And it is clean.
Yep.
The dumpster is clean.
Yep.
It's a brand new dumpster. They always donate a brand new dumpster for this, and the water is fairly clean as well. So it's not
Right.
like it's
One at a time, you go in.
yeah. Jump in, climb out of the ladder, and bring a towel, and you're done.
Yeah.
And you helped support something that's near and dear to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's going on in the dealership, like immediately after or even during?
Yeah, so the whole day we'll be having there's a national event going on with Harley-Davidson where they're giving away a motorcycle. So if you show up, we're obviously going to make sure you get signed up for that, and it's called Kickstart the Season event. Every hour we'll be doing giveaways. There's 12 different shopping sprees, $500 shopping sprees, all kinds of things going on Saturday during the day at the dealership, and that's a national event that we're part of with Harley-Davidson. But they are going to give a motorcycle away. So one of their 2 different brand new motorcycles they just came out with. So we love those types of events to get involved with them, just because in the past we've had people local win that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool.
A friend of mine said he won one recently up there, Steve Gale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve won a bike this past November
Yep.
at the dealership. So contrary to what people think, and my favorite always is a few years ago we had we were giving away a $5,000 shopping spree, and these guys came in, and they were all standing there watching the kind of a slot machine.
Yeah.
And one of them says, yells out to the crowd, the thing's rigged. Nobody ever wins this. And the person that a little girl hit that thing, I mean, within maybe 25 seconds, and it went
won.
off, and won a $5,000 shopping spree. And I did say, I did walk up and say, does it look rigged? Something to that nature, because it's kind of like, we don't have things that are rigged at the dealership for giveaways. Somebody's going to win.
Right.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it depends on what the event is. If it's national, it's one thing. But if it's one of our, like Steve, we were giving one away that day. Someone was going to walk away with a motorcycle at Wilkins. So that was pretty cool.
So
It's
Steve's
fun to
got
watch.
That is
bikes
pretty
now.
cool.
Right, exactly.
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean, it's awesome. I think that's great.
Giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. Good stuff. All good stuff.
Well, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for inviting us to talk about it, and thanks for showing all the support. We appreciate it. It does make a tremendous
Absolutely.
difference.
Absolutely. And thanks for coming down and joining us. And you're welcome anytime.
Great.
Anytime you have anything going on,
Okay.
and you want us to promote it, or you want to come down here and talk about it, or send somebody else down here to do it because
Okay.
you're too busy. 'Cause
Oh,
you're a
I'm
busy
never
guy,
too busy. I'd rather do this
know?
than.
But just we'd love to have you.
Thank you.
It's good
Appreciate
stuff,
it.
and we'll be up. I'm sure
Yeah.
that we'll come up after the.
It'll be a
games.
little after 10.
Yeah, we'll
Great.
come up after the games or whatever.
You can
and
see us all shivering.
hang out for we can see that and at least give a donation and see you all. But I'm going to see if Michael will come up and go live stream it, because I've never not live streamed the event for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yep.
So it'll be weird not to be there. But and then next weekend we'll go. I know I can talk you into going up and eating chili all freaking
Anything
day.
with food,
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
to.
So we'll be up there for that too.
Awesome.
So it's good to see you. Good to have you.
Thank you.
And just everybody get out and enjoy the sunshine if you get a minute and you can, because they're saying maybe some crappy weather coming in this weekend. So
And it's for a real good
um,
cause, so get out and support it.
Yeah, get out, support this, get out there today, take the kids up to the cemetery, go sliding or something, or just go yourself because you're a big kid and you want to have fun.
There you
right?
go.
Why not? So take care. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be here at noon with Mark Poulin and Brett Mayer,
And, yep.
Washington County Sheriff's Department. We're going to talk about Mark's upcoming re-election, hopefully, his bid for re-election, and then snow machine safety, and talking about switching gears, and everything that's gone on the trails. We know there was a huge link in the trail that had been closed for a little bit
now
of
reopened.
time. How Washington County Sheriff's Department is involved in that, and what you need to do to stay safe and do the right thing over the winter months. So have a great day. We'll see you at noon tomorrow.